Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Melody went live on TikTok yesterday and it seemed like she was addressing a lot of people putting certain things in her algorithm. Now I do want to talk about that, but hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And also don't forget to share this content and all of these ways are free ways to support my channel. So please and thank you. Now let's get into it. So she went live on TikTok. I couldn't get the video for you guys, but she did go live on TikTok and she used the opportunity to say thank you to all of the content creators that support her work and the bloggers that have basically rocked with her all over the years and have rallied behind her. And absolutely love that. I love that she was given like credit and just appreciation to people and just for working with her. Honestly, it has been a very interesting road. Even now, despite her no longer being on the show, a lot of bloggers like us are still very supportive of her business ventures, which is why it's genuine, right? Like, it's not like we're all, well, some of us at least, I can speak for myself. It's not like we're just doing it for the show, but it is because we absolutely love and adore her, right? So anyways, back to what she said. Now, of course, she talks about the love and the support and she appreciates that. But she does also let it be known that she doesn't have a desire to be part of certain things that she doesn't want to be a part of. So she talks about like content creators tagging her in things, sending her post, content creators. And I'm just like, it's so annoying, actually. And I'm just like, why are you tagging her in things that have nothing to do with her? Like, yes, you can be on your YouTube saying what you want to say and having the conversations, but there's no need to tag her. There's no need to send things to her DMs. Like, that is just doing entirely too much. And so, like, for me, if I do content, I don't send it to her. I don't send her direct messages about no content that I'm doing because it just does not make sense. Like, people need to be able to control their space and what they are seeing in their space. So I think that people need to be more respectful. She's no longer on the show. She does not want to be part of the show. So stop involving her. So she basically was saying, like, people be tagging her and stuff, sending her a post. And then there's content creators she supports on the algorithm, but then there's some trash that she just doesn't want to see, right? So the thing with like the algorithm is a lot of these content creators are popping up on her algorithm, and she's now trying to limit the channels that post up on her algorithm because she wants to be able to still go to her favorite channels to see what's going on. But at the same time, it's like she can't support certain things if all of the content is very much, or if the content is very much not content she wants to see. And honestly, that's fair enough, right? Like, at the end of the day, as much as you want to support certain people, if you feel like their content is going against what you want to see, then you have to make the best decision for yourself, right? And so I completely get where she's coming from. At the end of the day, like, sometimes things be popping up in your algorithm. You're just like, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't really want to address this. Like, why does this really need to be addressed? And so I completely get that, right? And she talks about she still supports the content creators and what they have going on. But some of them, she's had to restrict them for her own personal health and because she doesn't want to see negative things pertaining to her life. And I completely understand. It's like, think about it. She has been through a lot of things that she's been through. She doesn't want to go back there. She is in a very different place now. Life is good. She's making her money. 7 Avenue Beauty is doing what 7 Avenue Beauty needs to do, is making the money. It has the followership that she wants, the community that she wants and loves. So it's just like, now is not the time to now be getting all distracted and dragging her into the nonsense with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, I do think personally that it will die down eventually. It will die down. I think that it's just because the new season is coming out. This is the first season where she hasn't been on. So, of course, a lot of people are curious to what it's going to look like. A lot of people are making content about that. But that will naturally die down once the show starts. I think for now it's just the rumblings that we are hearing, because at the end of the day the show hasn't started. They want to garner people to watch the show, so it's like they're trying to make sure people watch the show at all costs. How else are they going to make people watch the show but by involving her and adding her name to conversations, right? So but I completely get where she is, and how she's like, she doesn't want her fans to think she no longer supports them or believes in them because she's had to unfollow people to protect her peace, or keep her away from the shenanigans. And I completely get it. I know how the algorithm can be. It's like, it's funny because you can be posting so many content. Like, for instance, I hadn't done Love and Marriage Huntsville content in a long time, right? All I've been posting on was like Basketball Wives and Real Housewives of Atlanta, until maybe like the last few days or whatever, when I posted, I think, one video about, was that yesterday? Maybe when I talked about Martell and Arionne business, but I understand that like that may not be something that she wants to see on her algorithm, even though that's not something that I talk about a lot, right? So I feel like I understand where she's coming from, talking about having to protect her space and protect her peace and keep away from all of the shenanigans, right? So I completely get that. At the moment, she's talking about how she just wants positivity in her life. She only wants to see positive stuff, and she's so past it. And so people need to stop trying to tag her in stuff, put her in stuff she doesn't want to be in. People, please just be respectful. She does not want to be involved. Don't tag her in it. Don't message her about it. She does not want to be involved. If she wants to be involved, she will let you know she wants to be involved. For now, she doesn't want to be involved. So let's be respectful of people's privacy. Let's be respectful of what they don't want to see. I don't think anyone should take it personally if Melody unfollows them or something, especially if that's the kind of content they are putting out, because Melody does not want to see that content. And don't get me wrong, I really understand that people tag her in these things. A lot of people probably tag her in these things because they genuinely want to keep her updated. They genuinely are trying to look out for her or feel like they are looking out for her. But at the same time, think about it as this. If you were in a situation where your husband cheated on you, a side chick has been disrespectful to you, you left your marriage, only for him to now be talking about marrying the side chick. There's so many conversations in it about it. You don't want to see that. And now people are tagging you into it to try to get you involved in the conversation. And it's like, please, I do not want to see any parts of it. And I don't want to be involved in the conversation. Leave me alone. And I feel like she's genuinely entitled to that. She's genuinely entitled to feel like, I do not want to see anything to do with Martell. I do not want to see anything to do with Melody. I do not want to see anything to do with that show, because it represents a time where things were hard for her, a time where there was a lot of negativity for her, right? And so I think like if we're tagging her and stuff, let it be positive stuff. Let it be, ooh, TikTok lives. We're tagging, we're posting. The fact that she has a TikTok live coming up. We are putting out her live videos where she's talking to people so that people that are not on Instagram can enjoy the content, listen to her talk. People love her, right? So if we're not doing all of those things to try to like support her and her mental health, then we shouldn't be tagging her in stuff that can push her off track, right? I'm not saying it has the power to do so, but let's be honest, if you're listening to negativity every time, you will eventually become a negative person. If all you do is listen to negativity, you will be negative. That's just how that works. That's just how life works. Now, we do what we do here for entertainment purposes, but we also talk about things and can learn lessons from a lot of different examples. For example, you guys may think, oh, I'm always talking about Shamia and Portia and all that stuff. The reason I talk about that so much is because I feel like a lot of people have friendships or are in friendships where these things are happening. And it needs to be a lesson to people. People need to be able to spot the issues. People need to be able to learn, okay, let's address things. Let's not bury things under the rug so they don't come up later. Let's do things differently so we can have a different result. So those are the reasons why we talk about that. And for entertainment purposes, because yeah, we need some entertainment too, right? But I also understand someone who wants to protect their space, someone who wants to stop seeing certain things. Like even for me on my Instagram, my own personal Instagram, right? When I see certain content, I'm just like, yep, please don't recommend. I just go and I press that little 3 button and I make sure that either I mute the person, I can't remember what it is now because I've not done it in a minute, or I just make sure I restrict being able to see certain content, because for me, I want to protect my space, because it's like my personal Instagram is different from the content Instagram, right? So with the content Instagram, I know if I'm going into it, I know what I'm going to see. It's more entertainment. It's more something to do with commentary, right? So that's what it is. So I go looking for that, as opposed to like my personal Instagram, which is completely different, where I just want to see certain uplifting content, right? And so I completely understand that. I've restricted people for less. So I can only imagine. I've restricted people that ain't even tagged me in nothing, right? Just because I felt like maybe their content was too sexual or their content was too negative. Those kind of things, yes. And I think everybody's entitled to that. That being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. Also, guys, I have done a few lives recently, so I want you guys to go check it out. I did a live recently where I was talking about the fans' reactions to the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. I also did one where part of it was also me talking about like the whole Martell Arionne and Arionne business. I also talked about Basketball Wives. That was a really, really good live. And shout out to all of you guys who showed up to that one. And if you guys didn't show up, go over there and listen to it. It was a very fun live. And yeah, there's also other things as well on the channel, because I know some of you guys have missed some of the videos that we have done recently. So make sure you go over there and deal or watch those videos, engage with those videos. Yeah, and that is it. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.